So, sheer pleasure. So, shall I start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm a fine artist. My illustrations have appeared in New Yorker and elsewhere in great detail. I gave up a few years ago because I lost the ability to control my hand movements as well. And after taking on a chalk festival participation, I've learned that I can work with pastels and chalk, and that all my talent is still here. I just need to work at a bigger scale. This is what I've done to accommodate what I do. Instead of, as in the old days, being able to sit and carefully sort of carve and draw, do it any way that I want to, I basically have two families of movement, and I have to choose them. Music helps, especially James Brown. And what I do is I know what I want to do. I have that still. And so I pick where, and I wait. If I'm listening to music, I wait. And then from time to time my hand moves in different ways. I just watch calmly to see which way it's moving right now. And when I find out, I can then take that sort of a surat, pointillist sort of approach. And again, you're not hearing music, but with music, I can just match it to a beat, more or less, so long as you see, I'm respecting the chaos, right? I either get ahead of it or I time it with it, and sometimes I miss. But that works. Now there's one other family of things that I can do, and this is at a larger scale. And this is so embedded in the act of art, the feeling of art, that I really have to sort of go into a trance about it for the lines to look right. Otherwise they're just curving lines. But this is the same thing at a different scale. I wait to see what my hand's going to do, and instead of little bits that time with it, I want to do a stroke, like these strokes of grass. So music helps. Get up off of that thing. I know what the line is going to be before I draw it. At this point, it's an emotional thing. I want things to surround this center bud, so I need a line that respects it. There. So if I were to, in the old days, to do that, I would be drawing it and drawing it and drawing it. And now I just wait for a moment when I know I can probably get away with it. Oh, it breaks. Those are always good. Decided. Okay, so there I have two fairly natural lines. I'll probably get rid of them, but they're pretty good demonstrations of what I mean. That's how I drew this entire thing. I drew the entire thing either with pointillist sort of things or controlled bursts of several inch or even larger, sort of strokes like this. And I just stay calm about what it is. I live with it. I live inside and with it, whatever it is, and that way I can time it. The second thing is what happens with my foot. All this time, my right leg and foot is always turning, right? It's always twisted and turning. It's kind of permanently twisted like this. And especially as the day goes by, I get tired. Well, I've learned not to be embarrassed to look like a ballerina. I sometimes just let my right leg go where it wants to go in its limited range. Otherwise, I rely on this. I can take pressure off of all of my, all the weight off of both feet for a moment, and let my right leg float. So that's a technique. And I sit. I sit regularly, and I also get up and I move around. The worst thing I can do is to get so fixed and so excited or so absorbed that I get sort of locked into a cramped sort of thing. And so I, every couple of minutes try to stand up straight, straighten my back. Because if I forget, I get into bad cramps. And there it is. That's how I, after years of not doing it, have recovered my art.